trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Mistakes here. We just have happy accidents.
Put 'em up! Put 'em up!
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to VP4 TV. Welcome to Virtual Pool 4 Online. We're here for yet another Friday night 9-ball, and the good news again this week is that the tournament is full. It was certainly full at 1:30, and I don't know how soon before that it was full because I was away getting something to eat. But it's another week where we have a full house, 16 in. So that means that the bracket is already up, but before we look at the bracket, we'll have a quick look at the players that are in. Bankster's in again, Chimpy's in, Houdini's in, Jesdev is in, John Boo, Larry, Mark Shark, Mr. Bill, One Pocket Slims managed in this week, Preacher, Stub, real Paul and Power, but we call him Stub, Sylvia, Spectre Dawn, Stefan, Tommy, and Travelling TT. Those are the players that have entered, and it's of course a race to 7 on the winner's side, race to 4 on the one-loss side. It's a Moneyball handicap tournament, and it's winner breaks. So let's have a look at the bracket and see what matches we're going to be going into. Well, the first match is Houdini and One Pocket Slim. We've got Bill against Jesdev, Sylvia against Bankster, Larry against Preacher, Stefan against John Boo, and the match we're going to be watching, I'll tell you that straight away. Well, we've got a choice of two. We've got Stub against Tommy, Mark Shark against Spectre Dawn, and Chimpy against Travelling TT. So the match we're going to be watching will be Stub against Tommy. Now, the other thing to mention, we of course had the final of the Black Ball World Championships last Sunday. That match between Albinario and who the hell was he playing? Cobra. And Albinario won out in the end. It's a cracking match. If you didn't get to see it, it's right up on my YouTube channel. You can't miss it. But that's now that tournament over. Albinario having won two big tournaments back to back. He won the straight pool earlier this year, and he's now won the black ball. Now, it's early days yet, but if we look at the calendar, and if we go to the month, and then if you go to through July, you'll see that there's one tournament that's on the schedule there in July, and that is on Friday the 8th of July. It starts at the same time as Friday Night 9 Ball. It's in sign-ups. So we now have 2022 Cribbage World Championships. I think earlier today there was just the 3 signed in. For the first couple of days it's only been Stubb that was in. We've now got 4 in. We've got Bedhead is in, Popman is in, Stubb is there. Excuse me, the voice is gone already. Stubb is there, and Sylvia. It's a 64 field tournament, so there's plenty of time to sign up. Now, this, of course, has been open for sign-ups, so that when Steve gets back from his expedition, I think he leaves on June the 6th. So this tournament's going to start roughly, well, it's just over a month's time when he gets back. So there's plenty of time to get signed up. And there's also plenty of time to get some practice in for cribbage, to get an understanding. I mean, the game sounds simple enough. You put a combination of 2 balls, as long as both of them add up to 15 points, you get the points value of each ball. That scores a cribbage, but it's not quite as simple as that. There's a strategy to it that people have to learn, and will need to learn very quickly. But that's the big tournament that's upcoming next. Back to tonight. I feel a big cough coming on. Hang on a second. I can't see the white chat against that background. Who's that that's there? Good evening to Mark. You're the only one in the door. So it's good to see Friday Night 9 Ball is long established as a regular tournament. That's the one thing I've always said. You should always have regular tournaments at regular days on a regular time, and that way people know they can turn up and it's on. I mean, there are other tournaments, but there's not really a regular one other than this one, which is generally full most weeks. We did have 10 ball Scotch doubles, but doubles seems to be a format that a lot of people aren't up for it. You don't get a lot of doubles teams in tournaments. You don't get a lot of doubles teams in the Monday 9 Ball. And the 10 ball Scotch doubles has been thrown out the door. It's gone. So last week, I think last Sunday it was actually Sunday when I was at work, I came down with some sort of virus, threatening to be some sort of cold. I do feel better, but I've still got it, whatever it is, and I've got a bit of a cough. I haven't had a streaming nose. I've had a little bit of a sniffle, and I've loaded myself with tablets in the first 24 hours to try and stem the flow and kill it, and it seems to have done the trick. But I just want to have a cough every now and again. I don't know whether I've got it or not, but I certainly I'll struggle on through it. So we are about 3 minutes away before the tournament actually opens up and the rooms go up. And even at this stage, I've totally forgotten who won last week's. I can't remember. I mean, I can't remember like 2 days ago, let alone a week ago. Good evening to Bedhead. Well, here's my advice, Bedhead. You hit them as you would a 9-ball rack, right? Because the idea is that you want to try and pot as many balls as you can straight away, because if you can get 2 balls in the break, at least you've got 2 chances of getting 1 cribbage, because your partner balls, will still be in the table. Sometimes you can get a cribbage off the break as well. It's very possible you can get a cribbage off the break. You've got to just play a normal break and go for broke. That way, you've got a good chance of running out. But it's when you don't have a cribbage. It's because there's no jump queues in this tournament. Remember, I hope you've read the tournament sign-up page. Steve decided he doesn't want jump queues in it. So the fact that you're going to have to kick at a ball, that's one strategy that you want to think about before you do it. What you'd be better thinking of doing is you may well end up giving ball in hand behind the head string, but you'd be just as well locking a ball up, and that's the tactic that people have to use in cribbage. You have to be thinking. Excuse me again, I'm going to have a cough. This is why I gave a warning out to people last week on the big final that you can't just go in thinking you're going to be potting balls all night. Stubb's going to think of that. Stubb won't be thinking about strategy, but you have to employ strategy, because a ball that that doesn't have a partner ball, if you pot the wrong ball, it's going to come up the line and it's going to build up in the stack. And sometimes that's the best strategy, to actually lock balls up in the stack. And force your opponent into having another way of think. Don't make it easy for people. That's what people are going to do in this cribbage tournament, and those people that do that won't be in it long. This is where the strategy in it is very interesting, and I mean, I'll be interested to see who catches on to the idea of it, because you'll have to if you're going to go far on it. Yeah, I mean, the players that can move the cue ball should always be expected to do fairly well in any tournament. But it's when it's like I say, when you've got a blocked partner ball and you can't get to it, what do? That's what you've got to ask yourself. And I want to see how many players actually work that out in their head. Well, the break, you've got to go for broke. That's my advice. You've got to go for it. You can't play negative breaks in cribbage. Right, the rooms are up, so the match we are going to join is the one with Stubb and Tommy. I'll hopefully get time to change the cloth colour. And we're waiting on both players arriving. We'll have the lag for the break. Race to 7. Tommy's in. Stubb's falling asleep. So welcome everybody. Let's see how quick this goes tonight. So that's the start of the next tournament. Friday the 8th of July is the cribbage tournament. Both players are in. And Stubb is at the bottom of the screen. And he's looking around the corner and going everywhere. And in fact, Tommy might have won this. I think Stubb just got it. Just got it with the last roll of the ball there. Thought he was going to roll past. So Stubb breaks off, and immediately it's a dry one. And I don't think Tommy's got a shot, but he should be nailing Stubb right on that 2 ball. Could be going for the bank. Yeah, you need to get it a lot tighter than that though. You've got to get it right on the 2 ball. Well, Stubbs unlucky there. The cue ball momentum taking it into the corner pocket. That might be the first of many tonight. So ball in hand for Tommy. He's got a problem ball, but he can break that out with the 3 ball. The 4 ball's locked behind the 9. But he's got to get up and get the 2 ball first, and that should be fairly straightforward. He's got a good line, a good angle, and now he just needs to find the gap. The gap is going to be between the 6 and 9 to get on this 3, and then he needs a lucky kick into this 4 ball. And ideally, he would like to pot the 3 and bump the 4 and go that way, and that way he's still on the 4. But has he found the gap? Oh, he's overdone it. He's overdone it. Too much juice. Well, the angle, it all depended on the angle that he was going to have in that 3, but he certainly would have had to bump the 4. I can't see how he was going to pot the 4 the way the cue ball was going to go. The cue ball would have went into the 3 that side and come round here. Now, has he got lucky? He most certainly has. That will do it. Well, Stubbs not getting much luck so far in these double kisses that he's getting. But likewise, Tommy can try running into the 9 and the 4 right now. The 3 should stay where it is. But I think he needed a bit of right English on that to check the cue ball off the rail. Instead of letting the cue ball go that way, the English would have checked it to come this way. He's got another go at it. He certainly can't pot that 4. He could if he was the short side of it. And he's pretty much got there. Now, is he going to find the line in the gap between the 5 and 6? Because that looks as if where he would be going, unless he wants to go 2 rails. But to me, you just cut the 4 and let the cue ball run. Well, he needs a nice bump, and he might have got it. That will do it. The knuckles done him a favour. So now he's going to be heading towards the 8 ball at a tightish angle. So I think he's trying to stun it across. He doesn't want to run through, and digging down in the cue ball is going to cost him. Or is it? He may well have got away with it again. Now, Stubb can obviously cut the 6 and play the bank, which I think is what he might be well going for here. Is he trying to stun behind the 8? Now, this is where things can go wrong. He could send this around the corner and it could pot. He's got to be careful with this. I'm surprised he's not playing the cut bank. No. And he's played what can only be described as a half-hearted attempt at a safety. That was poor by any standards. I mean, he had one option there, and that was to go all out for banking that 6 ball, or cutting it and banking it off the rail. But he may well get out this time. Tommy's had enough chances. And this is on Stubbs' break, of course. He might be a bit straight. Let's have a look. Yes, he is. That shouldn't be a problem, though. So, first blood to Stubb. And a rack that could have went either way. And this time, the 3 ball has gone in. And the 1 ball, I think, is blocked. Yeah. And he could try lining up the combo, which he's got. Now, he might just take his medicine here and run into the 5 and try not to be too elaborate. He might do that, but it might be the best option. Because, again, you wouldn't class that as a very good safe positional shot. He probably would have been better running into the 5. But Stubb relies on his potting, and he eventually runs out. You can only have so many goes at difficult pots before you eventually get caught out. And this is not going to be easy unless he can come back and miss the 8 ball. Well, he's got it out. And this again is going to have to go 2 rails across the table, back over to the right side pocket, and leave the long cut. You can't do anything elaborate here other than pot the 8 and get that cue ball back across. And this is still a testy one at distance. And in it goes. So 2-0. Oh, and I forgot to mention that Tommy is getting the 8 ball. I never even noticed that he was getting a money ball. But this is, well, it was looking good for Stubb until that 4 ball decided to roll in front of the 1. Now again, Stubb could have pushed out. He's just had a blast and he's left Tommy a go. And of course, with this opportunity, Tommy has to put this away just to let Stubb know that he can't be taking liberties. And he's not getting really into the cue ball. He's the wrong side of the 4. So he's got to manoeuvre this cue ball to have a shot in the 5. And I don't think that's it. And again, if you just don't get that right, but the right line, you end up getting yourself in trouble. And Tommy's chance has come and gone. Just the wrong side of that 4 ball, always meaning that you have to do more work with the cue ball to have a shot. But this is the way Stubb likes it. He likes it easy, but he's blown it. He's in a hurry. And he maybe didn't give that as much care and attention as he should have. Now, this needs a little bit of a spin. I maybe wanted to hit that a bit harder or maybe softer, either way, because he's now in no man's land here. He would have wanted that cue ball to come up at least there. And now he has to avoid the scratch. And that was always going to happen. Well, he suckered himself into playing that shot because I think it had scratch written all over it. Well, you said it, Slim. You know, Tommy's had a good opportunity there from Stubbs' mistake, and what Tommy's not doing is punishing him. And it's now 3-0. Well, I think even Stubb will dig out the jump cue for this. No, I'm surprised. Very surprised that he, if that was Bill, the jump stick would have been straight out without a second thought. And Tommy's, well, he's obviously trying to hit the the one onto the 5, which he has done. And now he's got a cut combo onto the 7. And then the problem ball is getting good in the 2. I think it goes into both pockets, but you've got to get good on it. So he needs some sort of angle, and he's missed the hit in the 7. And that's a big mistake. And now Stubb will have a look down from the right-hand side here, I would think. No, he's going to the left. He's taking the risk because there's balls over that. Well, there's balls over both sides when you think about it. But he's got good on it. And, well, he's going to end up top side of the 4 and needs an angle so he can take the 6 into the same right-hand corner pocket off this 4 ball once he pots the 3. And he's got himself 2 straight. So now he's got what to do with the cue ball. This is all about angles and lines, and he's left himself dead straight. And he's having to take his medicine and just leave the cut. Now, just a plain ball cut, nothing on the cue ball, and the cue ball does the rest. He's going to finish right side of the 8 ball. He needs to get up there. And now, does he want to gently roll this in and still try and leave the 9 into the side? Because the cue ball wants to go square here, depending on the pace. Cue ball wants to finish there, so he did the common sense thing to make sure he got far enough over to leave it in that pocket, and that was the right shot. So, Tommy's going to have to shake himself down, wake himself up, and get himself in gear here, or this is going to be embarrassing. It's 4-0 to Stubb, and Tommy's not at the races. And Stubb's break was dry. And again, Tommy's trying the jump shot. I don't know, again, these players forgot that there's a push-out option available. And I think Tommy can consider himself lucky there that he didn't leave anything on for Stubb. Well, this is a bit of a shot to nothing. Try and pot the 1, the cue ball's going back up the table. He'll settle for that. Now, of course, unless Stubb keeps the cue ball up the top end, he had to get that gentle enough to keep the 1 ball from coming right out off the rail, but he's got the cover, which is the main goal. Well, unless this 1 ball is manoeuvred into the middle of the table, again, it's going to be none too easy to get good in the 2. It only goes into the 1 pocket up top of the table. And Tommy nearly got a roll of the ball there. Well, Stubb's got that issue because now the 2 is blocked into both pockets. It doesn't go past the 4. And Stubb hitting and hoping he can get some sort of hit on something. And that'll do, because he'll probably play the cut onto the 6. You can see enough of the 2, no problem. He has to hit it gentle. He has to just get it to the 6. He doesn't want the 2 to leak away. Well, again, totally the wrong shot to play there. I mean, anybody with an ounce of common sense would have had to just play that dead weight to keep the 2 there. He's hoping and getting lucky rolls and having to pull out pots, and he's starting to slam at balls. That was just, again, entirely the wrong way to play that. And he should be nailed to this 7 ball. And I'm talking about nailed to it. Well, he's going for the pot. He should have locked him up. And you've got to get some strategy into this, Tommy, because you're just giving, the more chances you give Stubb, the more he's going to start potting balls. Well, the bank was a surefire way of making sure the cue ball stayed in a line to get on the 3, but once again, big ask to get somewhere on this 4 ball. I mean, if we can get right into the short side, that's pretty good. But what about the 5? Well, a little dink in, but he's got to hit this hard enough. I don't think he's going to leave an awkward shot in the 5. And it's really awkward now because he can't pot it, I don't think. So another blast and hope here for Stubb. And Tommy needs a break here. Is he trying to get... I don't think he can get enough of the edge of that 5 to actually pot it. He can certainly cut it to the long rail. Well, this is as good a chance as you're going to expect to get at this stage in the rack, Tommy. You need to get it done. And that's a good roll. Now again, take your medicine. Just pot the 7 and come back to where the cue ball is now. That'll do. There's no need for acrobatics when the simple shot option's there. And so Tommy, with his 8 ball money ball, gets himself off the mark. Now, can he get a break here in a ball? Get himself right back into it. Well, he's certainly got that. Now, that 2 ball might have just... Oh, he's okay. Oh, no, he isn't, because his money balls went down and it's come back up. Well, he can jump over it, no problem. And he really should be able to get this 2 ball. And that needs to just slow up. It doesn't want to go anywhere behind that 5 and 9. He's fine. But of course now he's dead straight. So he wants to just come back again to make sure he's at least below the 5 ball. He needs to get right into the cue ball. He's dead straight. He's not going to have any shot on it unless he gets really lucky. So the best thing he can hope for is to stay below it so he can try and lock the cue ball up. And that's not the best of angles, I don't think. He might be... Is he trying to get past that 9 for the bank? Yes, he is. That was excellent. Now, again, needs a nice little roll. And that will do. And this shouldn't be that difficult. It's all about the pace to get the line on this 8 ball when he rolls the 7 up table, or down table as we look. Well, there's a quick result in. Houdini didn't manage to escape this time. You see, there's the problem. If you don't get the pace right, you end up going square, and you're leaving one of these dodgy cuts. And Slim's beating Houdini 7 racks to 1. And that's going to rattle and hang, and that's giving away a gift. And this is why it looked a simple enough shot, just to roll the 7 in. But, you know, unless you're playing on a regular basis, and I don't really think Tommy is, you don't see him playing a lot of 9-ball online. Well, Stubbs missed the bank, and Tommy's got a gift in favour of return from Stubb, and I'm sure he'll be glad of that. But like I say, if you don't play in the table often enough, you know, it's not quite as easy just to roll a ball in and get the pace of the cue ball right. Another quick result in. Mr. Bill, the same score against Jesdev, 7 racks to 1. So those guys are in a hurry. And I'm pretty certain they would have been given decent enough handicaps to those two guys. Well, Tommy's missed the 2. And it's going to be a little 2-4 combo. Can he hold the 2 over the pocket? Yes, he can. And Stubb really should be out here. That's what I meant to ask you guys. How many of you guys have actually played this guy, Carlos Lindo? This Brazilian, I think he's Brazilian. I mean, I have played him once. As I say, I might have mentioned this before. I think this was a long while ago. He had a 9-ball room up and I went in it, and I think he won the first 3 racks. And Stefan's won 7-1 as well, I noticed, against John Boo. He won the first 3 racks, and then I started winning him, and then he just bailed out the door. I was in the lobby earlier on this week, and I took a screenshot of the lobby chat, and it was just merely a guy that had been in his room. I can't remember the name of the guy. Was it somebody Goblin or something? I can't remember his name. Something like that. Anyway, he had been in his room, and the guy typed in the chat, has anybody played this guy, Carlos Lindo? He potted a good shot, and I said, nice shot. And then he won the rack, and I think he said, well done. And then Carlos Lindo said, shut the fuck up, or whatever. Pardon my French. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he said. STFU, the guy typed in the chat. And I can't remember what he said, but I took a screenshot of it, because I'm sure this guy gives this to a lot of people, and particularly gullible new people that don't know him and go into his room. I see him sitting there in the room, and a lot of the time nobody goes in to play him because everybody that has bumped into him doesn't get near him again. So I took a screenshot of it and I sent an email to Steve, and I said, this guy snakes that annoys people and pastes stuff in the lobby. I'm sure he's not quite as annoying as this abusive guy, Carlos Lindo. I said, if you're prepared to turf snakes out the lobby for 72 hours, this guy risks it, does he? You want to be dealing with this arsehole. I said, if I was still in there as any sort of admin, he'd have been out the door a long while ago, and he'd have been out the door every bloody time. And I didn't get any response. But I think he's a bit of an idiot that we don't want among us. We need to get these people sorted out. Anyway, that's my rant over. It's 5-3 to Stubb. I was just wondering how many people had met him. But my advice is, don't go near him. He's just an idiot. And as I've always done with idiots, if I bump into them once, I make sure I never go near them again. Oh, that's unlucky. Great kick from Tommy. straight into the side pocket.
The trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
Oh, Stubb. He does everything to get himself in trouble and then has to bail out with a cracking shot. But Tommy has got a chance to get right back into this if Stubb can't put this away. And gone all out for the bank. And Stubb is going to make sure he gets to the hill. So, 6-3. And Stubbs came up dry. And the cue ball has gone safe. And not the cue ball, the one ball. Now again, Tommy should be playing a half decent push out here. Or at least one thing he could do is he could put a ball, he could lock two balls up with a push out and make it difficult for Stubb. And try and give himself a lifeline to stay in the match. But again, he's had a go at it and he's just given Stubb a free go to get started. Then again, you've got to employ some sort of tactic. But all out or nothing when you're 6-3 down is maybe not the best policy. You got to try and work your way back into it. And there's Spectre Dawn off and running. He's beaten Mark Sharp 7-3. So Tommy now with a go. Well, the one thing about the code of conduct is that at the time of day, this was on my day off when I saw this in the chat, and at that time of day, there's nobody on as a moderator. Excuse me. There might be somebody there in away mode. It's usually Redback, but at that time in the morning, he's heading to bed because it's late at night in Australia. And Steve might be in the lobby, but he's not there. He's still in his bed because it's the middle of the night where Steve is. So there's no moderators there at that time of day. There never usually is. So any idiot can be in there causing trouble and annoying people, and there's nobody there to deal with it. And again, half the folk don't know about reporting them and stuff. But then again, you're relying on something being done about it. And I'm thinking that this guy, Carlos Lindo, must have had a few people reporting him as just an abusive idiot. Well, it's all over for Tommy. And I think that upscaling from the black ball table to the 9-ball table has caught Tommy out. Stubb comfortably through, 7 racks to 3. Loads of results have come through, so we'll have a look at the bracket. We'll get that refreshed. So we've got Slim and Bill going at it already in round 2. Bill is giving Slim the 8-ball, I think, and Slim's 2-0 up. We've still got Sylvia and Bankster. Bankster 4-3 up in that first round match. Larry's 6-4 up against Preacher. Stefan, of course, haven't gone through. And the match, well, Stubbs about to play Stefan. That's going to update in a second. And Spectre Dawn waiting on Chimpy or Travelling TT. and Travelling TT's getting, what, 6 and out, and he's 6-4 up. So Chimpy's in trouble. But we're going to jump right into this match with Slim and Bill. I've just read that bit in the chat there, Mark. No, I haven't. I had no Chinese tonight, but I had one last night. I had chili beef. Oh, Bill's made an error there. I had what the hell was it? I had beef in it. It was like crispy beef. It was like done in a batter, and they had this didn't have a gravy in it. It was only like the whatever chili infused oil they'd maybe used in the wok, and it was like crispy batter, like a very fine crispy batter on these pieces of beef. There was peppers in it and a load of garlic in it, which I love, and it was beautiful. The chili, I'm well used to chili now, so chili doesn't have a great kick for me, but I like a wee bit of kick in it. But excuse me, but it really was enjoyable. I loved it. But before I had that, I had my 2 big pancake rolls. And Larry's gone through 7 racks to 5. Is that going to get to a rail? Look at where the 9 ball is. Yeah, that's another one you see. Jana, the thing is, he must spend a fair bit of money in terms of always having money in his account, or $dollars in his account. So Steve doesn't want to get rid of somebody that's entering quite a lot of tournaments every day, because that way he's always eventually going to have to top up his account, because he's probably not winning much. He just ends up shelling out. He's not getting a great deal of winnings, I don't think, from the tournaments he's entering. And even then, there's probably only 2 in the tournament half the time anyway. Well, where's the cue ball going? Good evening to Jose. But, the likes of that guy, I don't think he just from my evidence that I've seen, every time he maybe loses a match, he'll say something like luck or whatever in the lobby. I don't know whether he's party to actually abusing players when he's in a room with them. I haven't heard anything like that, but I don't think he's half as bad as this Carlos Lindo guy. The likes of Jana, if I had my way, he'd be booted out the door for 72 hours. That Carlos Lindo, something on a more terminal basis needs to be done with him for a good while. But then again, like most of them, if they can work things out, they would end up having a new account and coming back in, but they would be easily identifiable. It doesn't matter what Samurai changes his name to, he'll always stick out like a sore thumb at the end of the day, at the end of a tournament. So Bill, trailing 4 racks to 0, and he hasn't missed the 6. If he'd missed the 6, he'd had a good chance of the cut in the 5. Now he's got to duck for cover here. Now he looks as if he's going all out, and he should have ducked for cover there. You know, these guys seem to think that the best form of defence is attack half the time, but you can't rely on that double bank anymore to get us out of jail. You've got to nail it first time. And it looks like Slim's just going to drop through for the 7-9 combo. Has he got there? Has he got there? Barely. And in it goes. And again, Bill had a very good chance of getting a half-decent safety there. He could have easily come off the edge of that ball. He would have risked scratching, of course, but he could have easily come down and get covered with this line of balls that was on this side of the table. Not an interest in it at all. Yeah, I think Jana goes into a tournament in the hope that, you know, the ones that will always beat him don't show up, and then when he sees them signed up, then he bails. Well, it's going to be a long way back for Bill. It's a long way back for Chimpy as well, given that 6 and out to Travelling TT. Because Travelling TT's done him 7 racks to 5. And I want to cough again. Well, that's a numerous amount of names he's had, but Samaray was his original name that I know of. Well, Bill, here's your chance. But again, this 2 balls deep in the pocket, difficult to judge. But of course, with the 3 balls stuck in the rail, it wasn't that difficult. You just had to draw the cue ball. And I think he's got what to do here. I mean, he's got half a pocket on the side, and he's got that nailed onto the 4. That was a good shot. So we'll get the cue ball out into the table. Well, again, the safest route's to get top side of this 8 ball. That way he can come down onto the 9. As long as you're not dead straight. And that'll do. He can punch this in. Maybe a wee bit of helping right if he wants it. Well, that's a good line. Now he's in the game. He's got one. Now, what's still spinning? I thought it was something else. I thought there was a ball still spinning there. So the push out called. Well, there's another player that needs to remap his replay button. Nobody listens to me. Well, again, Bill could duck for cover here, down amongst the 6 and 4 ball. The only danger would be, well, the chances are this one ball's going to the side rail. Well, he's gone all out for the pot again. I mean, he was always going to leave, even if he potted that one, he was always going to leave himself a tough 2-ball. Now, that 4-ball is available. If you can get into that narrow window to go on it, it's a very tight window. But Slim's going to have to work hard to get there because he's the wrong side of the 3. Now, does he want to try and get lucky here and run down amongst these balls? He could scratch. And he'd need to be really fortunate to get on the 4. Yep, he's taking a risk. Well, the commentator called it. Don't say I didn't warn them. But again, Bill has his chance. And that kiss in the 6 almost undone him. In fact, it may well have. It's got him dead straight in the 5. And, well, if he rolls right through, he might still be struggling to get the potting angle on that 6 with the 7 being tight. Yeah, he's trying to stay inside Parnov. I think he's got there. He's gone for the double. Or the bank, as they say in the States. Slight angle on the 7, which is perfect. Well, Bill would ideally want a break and run here if he can. Get himself really right back into it. He's back to within 3. And that must be all the first round matches over now. Sylvia has gone through against Bankster. 7 racks to 4. I think that's him all done. And Bill's had a ball. He's not really got a shot, but again he can duck for cover here. Oh, where's the 1 ball going? And where's the cue ball going? That's a total disaster. A ball in hand 2-9 combo for Slim. Well, I would think he's getting this every day of the week. The inevitable has happened. And now, from having a decent chance, it's almost all over for Bill. And it may well be in a few minutes because Slim has got a ball, a roll in the 1 on the side, 2 on the opposite side, and everything else wide open. Well, this is the one where he has to move the cue ball and avoid traffic here. No, he's deciding he's not risking it. He's going to play it long. Problem with that is he's going to have to either jack up or roll right through and come down the left-hand side. And he's jacked up. Well, again, keeping it simple is the order of the day. Now, anywhere, well, he's got a choice. He can go left or right. He's gone down the right side, down by the middle pocket, and that's pretty nigh perfect. And this match is done. So, Slim goes through 7 racks to 2, and now there's a lot of minefields on that one lost side. So where have we got to now? If I can find the buttons, there we go. We've now got Slim through into round 3. We've got Sylvia playing Larry. And Sylvia looks as if she's getting, is that the 8 ball? Stefan, 3 racks all with Stubb. And Spectre Don, 1 rack all with Travelling TT. And the one lost side, we've got Bankster and Preacher underway. Houdini's already through. We've got John Boo and Tommy. And Tommy's 3-1 up. Sorry, no, they're 3 racks all. Let's get in there. I think my voice is going to go. So John Boo is getting the 7 ball. Tommy, well, he's going to have to find a way to get down onto this 4. He could come straight back. There's a danger going near that side pocket. Well, I don't know whether it was possible to try and go 3 rails over that shot. But now he's got to keep this safe. Well, that'll do it. Let's have a look and see if we can get the spin. Well, that's not difficult to hit. Wee bit of left. And you might get lucky if he hits this full in the face. You might get lucky like that. I mean, again, it's not a difficult jump and not a difficult cut in that 4 ball. But look at where the 5 stuck. It's going nowhere. Now what do you do? I mean, he could try making the angle to draw off the 5 onto the 7 and have to rely on luck that the 5 will still stay in play. Well, he didn't get the line. Is he going to get second prize? Yes, he is. But the big danger, remember, is that John Boo, his money ball is smack bang right over that bottom right hand corner pocket. And Tommy wants rid of that right now. And he needs to just hope this 5 ball stays right on line and doesn't squit away along the short rail. And I think he's okay, is he? Yep. Well, it looks like Tommy's going to survive at least one more round and the one lost side. Well, he wants to get this cue ball out and off any rail. And that'll do. So Tommy through by the odd rack against John Boo. Right, so on this winner's side, we've got Stubb up by 5 racks to 4 against Stefan. Let's get in on that one. And Stefan is getting 7 and out, which is very generous for him and very dangerous for Stubb. And this is looking a good layout here for Stefan to try and square this match. And the only issue, and it's a big enough issue, is getting good in the 4. And that's, if it goes into the gap, he's okay. And, well, he's going to have to bail out with a jump stick. Well, the other thing that's the issue is the 7 ball, because he has to stay on the bottom half of this 7 ball. It obviously doesn't go past the 9. So that's what he needs to be thinking about. He's put loads of, what was that? Left English there. And that's where he had to be. He had to get on the bottom end. Now he could just play a stop shot here, punch this 7 in and kill the cue ball. But he's not risking it, because when you start stunning ball, well, he doesn't need to, because it was a 7 ball, wasn't it? I totally forgot again. So 5 apiece. Stefan breaking off in rack number 11. The 3 ball is gone. He's got a shot in the 1, and he has to go over the left-hand side into the gap. He's got a big window to get on the 2 ball. Well, he's done his best to give himself trouble here. He's okay, just okay. Well, he'll be glad he overjuiced that, because he's finished pretty good in the 4. Slightly. I think he's got a good enough angle just to hold for the 5. I think he's fine. Well, this is easy. Roll the 6, roll the 7, and you're on the hill. And that's the perils of giving somebody like Stefan 7 and out. It's a real danger. Because Stefan certainly can pop balls. And he's got another ball in the break. And he's going to have a shot in the 1, I think. But the 2 ball's dead in the water. Now, he can play, if he's not hampered too much with the 6, he can play a soft little draw and try and leave a bank in the 2. I don't know whether he's got enough to hold it. No, he's trying to duck for cover, but he's not really played it very well. The Stubbs got the same problem. You might see Stubb doing... No, he's went for the acrobatics. And he's going to have a smack at this 2-9. And now, suddenly, and this is the danger, suddenly the 2 balls in play. And if Stefan could just drop this in dead weight, the 3 ball is up there for the taking. Now he might do well just to kill this cue ball and leave a straight 4. Now he's brushed off the 8, you see, that just nudged him. That just nudged him slightly offline. Well, in it goes, clean as a whistle. Now, does he want to risk the cut? Because I think the cut would bring him behind the 7. No, he's played the bank. Well, I don't think there's any doubt what Stubb will be doing here. He'll be doing the same thing again. Either the billiard or the cut onto the 9. It looks like the cut, trying to play it pocket weight. Oh, he's got lucky there. Well, that's a nice little shot. And Stubb back against the wall now. Well, Stefan, even if you just cut this nice and gentle, you don't want to overhit it because you can scratch. So Stefan making full use of his 7 and out. And Stubb now moving over to the one loss side. Stefan goes through by 7 racks to 5. Right. So now, on this winner's side, we've got, again, Slim still waiting in his next match. Excuse me. I've developed this tickly cough's catching me at the wrong time, I'm afraid. We've got Spectre Dawn, 3 racks all with Travelling TT. And Travelling TT, I think, in 5 and out. We've got Sylvia and Larry. Sylvia 2 racks to 1, and she's get the 8 ball. So let's drop into this one with Spectre Dawn and Travelling TT. And Spectre Dawn is giving ball in hand away here. So, Spectre Dawn in a wee bit of trouble here with this dangerous 5 and out. And Travelling TT, a ball in the break, which was a money ball, the 8 ball that's come back up. Trying a little billiard onto the 3, he got that, now needs a bit of luck. Well, the one thing you've got to do here is brush this one ball to the right side rail and keep it safe. And that's not safe. One ball goes past the 7. I'm going to have to go and get my reserve bottle of water. So Spectre Dawn, looking good to get all square. Result through in the one loss side. Baxter gone through 4-2 against Preacher. Welcome to WizKid. Welcome to Cobra. Well, the news is Stubbs through battling the one-loss side. And Spectre Dawn's up against it here, given 5 and out. Where's this cue ball going? Well, that's not where you want to be. But there is a chance of a 2-9 combo. Oh, this is going to help. This is going to help big time. Oh dear. Got into the cue ball too much. And it's going to be a 3-9 combo for Spectre Dawn. Well, that was a gift. Two ball goes in up top. No great shot in the one. But a certainty that Spectre Dawn's going to be going all out for it. That was a good shot. Well controlled. Oh, so we've got a cribbage tournament. When's that start? What, half past the hour, or is it 8? I'm assuming it must be half past the hour, unless it's quarter past the hour. Mark must be getting permission to stay up late tonight if he's signing up for a cribbage tournament. Well, that little nudge in the 6 is taking any doubt as to whether the 6 ball would pass the 7 or not. And so Spectre Dawn, taking any chances he gets, he's taking them. And he's going to be one away from the next round. Quick look at the bracket, see how things are going. Well, Larry has pulled away into the lead, 5 racks to 2 against Sylvia. Stefan is now waiting on the winner of this match. And Chimpy is 1 rack all with Mr. Bill on the 1-loss side. And Bankster and Stubb are 1 rack all as well, so we need to keep an eye on them. And Travelling TT was trying to billiard onto the 5 there. And that could well... I'm surprised that that shot was Spectre Dawn. Excuse me, I'm surprised they didn't go for the cut in the 1. And not only that, And Travelling TT's not paying attention because he's got ball in hand and he's playing a jump shot. And that's a big fail. Well, the first thing you've got to do is pay attention to what's going on in the game. Because Spectre Dawn didn't get the ball to a rail. Travelling TT decides he's going to jump. Doesn't realise he's got ball in hand, which is the ultimate mistake you can always make. And, well, if Spectre Dawn can get this combo and still have a shot in the two, well, I don't know whether he tried to cut that or not, but Travelling TT might get out of this yet. Well, at least he's not left anything easy for Spectre Dawn. But Spectre Dawn's safety isn't tight enough. Now, if Travelling TT can get the cue ball's got to be going to the right side here. And he should be able to see the three. Now, the question is, he certainly can get down onto this four. There's a danger of scratching here if he pots this three. Depending on what he's doing with the cue ball. He needs to get the pace right though. Yeah, overhit that quite a bit. But Spectre Dawn can obviously cut the three. We know that the four passes the 8 ball. It's tight. But can he get there? I don't think this is the right way to go about it, is it? He's going to be corner hooked. Well, I didn't think he would try and come down on the short side behind the 8 ball, that is. Well, it's not the short side, it's actually the wider side, but I don't know that was a wise move either. And pushing the 8 ball towards the 4. Now, he can consider himself lucky that he hasn't left an easy combo. But if Travelling TT put the cue ball there, let's have a look at the 4. Maybe it is too close. Well, at least he's not left it wide open. But this will be an attempt at the 4-8 combo with the jump stick. Well, this time, Travelling TT has got to do this. Loads of room to get on the 5 ball. I mean, this just needs a little bit of draw, stun to the right rail and across. And that'll do it. Five and out, the most dangerous handicap to give anybody in any 9 ball game. But I think Travelling TT has come up dry. Now, obviously, Spectre Dawn can cut the 1. He has to make sure he stays on the top side of the table so he didn't bring the 4 into play, but
where's the cue ball going?
So, travelling TT with a chance to take it all the way, but still a bit of work to do though. I think he's slightly the wrong side of this 3. Yeah, he's sort of chickened out there because he's now in no man's land. Where's he going? Up table. Watch this cue ball. Yeah. And that might be his last shot if Spectrodon. I think Spectrodon's got to go 2 rails here, I think. Off the long rail across and back across to at least see the 5 ball. And no prizes for. Well, again, Spectrodon may well try the cut, but he should be nailing this cue ball to the 8 ball. And that's another poor one. Poorly played there by Spectrodon, because travelling TT should never be seeing this 5 ball. And you just never know. Couple of results through there. And Stubb has gone through 4 racks to 1, and meanwhile Larry has sent Sylvia to the 1 loss side. 7 racks to 3. And Spectrodon's found a way to shot there for the 6. That is perfect. Can drop right through on the shorter side of the 7 while he's trying to run a couple of rails. And this just means he has to do a bit more work with the cue ball to get good on the 8. Now that's not ideal. Well, he's kept the 9 in play for the cut, so it's Spectrodon that goes through. 7 racks to 5. When's this tournament on? Let me have a look. What? Oh, it's tomorrow night. I was thinking it was tonight. I was wondering why Mark was signing up for it. How many's in it? Just the 4 of many they made it for 16. So there's still enough spaces for cribbage tomorrow night. 7 o'clock British Summer Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific. Meanwhile, back to Friday night, we've got Stubb through on the 1 loss side to the next round. Tommy and Sylvia just started. Chimpy and Mr. Bill are still at it. Let's get in there quick, because Mr. Bill has a chance to survive. And that should get the job done. Cobra says cribbage is a crap game. So I take it you'll not be entering it then. Anyway, Mr. Bill has gone through on the final rack against Chimpy. It's the same principle as any game. It's about moving the cue ball into the right spot. What the hell am I doing? Right, so on this winner's side, we've got Slim now playing Larry and Stefan playing Spectrodon. So that's the match we're going to win. Slim and Larry. If my voice will hold out. Well, what I said earlier on before you arrived, Cobra, is it's about, I mean, Slim was asking, who was it? Was it Slim that asked?
trouble with...
Where's the cue ball going?
Wrong button. Somebody asked as to whether it'd be good to play a softish break in cribbage. No, it isn't a good idea to play a softish break in cribbage. You want to try and get as many balls down in the break as you can, because that way it makes getting a partner ball a lot easier. And it's not the first time. I mean, I haven't played a lot of cribbage, but it's not the first time that I broke off in cribbage and got a set of balls in the break, and you can get a cribbage off the break. And you'll see that happen in the tournament. You'll definitely see that. And Larry is player 2 in the HUD, and he's getting the 8 ball, but his money ball has gone. Cue ball's going to be okay, and he'll be off the mark. But that's, the other thing about cribbage, and I've mentioned it before, I've warned players that are going to play in this tournament, that if you can't see the partner ball, it's what you do with your next shot that's very important. There's going to be gullible players that will just try and kick the partner ball, and they won't use the strategy side of things. And the strategy side of things comes with the stack going up the table of balls that aren't partner balls or weren't made as partner balls. That's the secret to cribbage and cribbage safety. And players are going to have to pick that up pretty quickly. Slim hoping for a bit of luck here. That's not bad. I mean, it's a bedhead cutting the 3 ball. Now, I don't know whether he'll clip the 6 here. It might help him, but he's still going to have to go 2 rails and back across. And that's perfect, I think. That will do very nice as far as that goes. Now he has to get into the cue ball to avoid the 8 ball. And he's got to avoid that hitting the 8 to have some sort of sight in the 5. It looks as if he's just playing it. And yeah, he is jacking up now. Yep, that was perfect as long as he doesn't scratch. And nice little angle in the 5, although he doesn't really need it because he's probably just going to come across for that 6 down the rail. Nice angle on it to come back out for this 8, so should be 3-1. I put a little tactical snooker break video up earlier on. I don't know if anybody's watched it.
Where's the cue ball going?
Almost got it right that time. Right, that's me now into my reserve bottle of water. Well, Larry's played all around that one. Oh. Well, 3 ball goes past the 8, 4 ball goes past the 8, 5 goes into the left corner. 6 onto the 8 is a combo. And it looks as if Slim's going to be 4-1 up here in a couple of minutes. Can't see where this is going to go wrong. Well, it's not long until the World Cup of Pool, the doubles tournament. Keep your eye out for that. I'll have a link for the stream for it. That's like the doubles 9-ball world championship, if you want to call it. And Travelling TT has taken out Houdini 4 racks to 0. Pardon me. And so Slim, as I thought, getting the job done. Comfortable lead at the moment. But Larry needs a favour, and he needs Slim to come up dry, which I think he has. And more than that, Larry needs to have a decent shot in the 1-ball, which I don't think he has. Nope, he can't get to it. Well, he can get to it, but he can't pot it in terms of having an easy shot. Well, this needs to roll in the gap. And I think it's almost got there. Let's have a look. Yep, he's got the cover. Now, where's this 9 finishing? Well, I don't think Larry has any option other than to have a go at this. It's all about potting the 1-ball, believe it or not. If you can find a potting line for the 1, you're bound to pot the 9. And that was nowhere near it. Well, Slim trying to get as good below the 2 as he could. Yeah, it was never easy, that one. And he might be getting lucky. He has done. And that is not a good shot from Larry. I'm not going to mention the trackball mouse. I'm just going to say it wasn't a good shot. But you know what I say about delicate little shots? The trackball mouse. There's proof if ever you need it. And did I mention that result there? I don't know. When did that come through? Tommy's beaten Sylvia 4 racks to 2. I can't remember whether I mentioned it or not. Now, Slim, I think, has got a line he can just roll through, or can he squeeze it past the 9? Yes, he can. Plenty of room. Didn't think the 7 would go there, but he's fine. Well, there's a big minefield on this one lost side. And the way it's going at the moment, Larry's heading over to join them. So Slim, with a not so slim lead, 5 racks to 1.
Where's the cue ball going?
Wrong button again. I'll remember it soon enough. I just need to keep practicing. Well, this is a must for Larry. Now he needs a nudge onto that 9. That will help him. And he doesn't want to go behind it, and he's fine. So 4 ball over the side pocket, no problem. Back out for the 5, no problem. Back across the rail for the 6, no problem. Back across to the left for the 7, no problem. So he should be out. He's got to get out to a good position in this 5. Well, he's just going to come straight back. That's the simplest way of going about it. And he's an angle. And he's got that as well. And Travelling TT, I don't know whether they've signed up for another tournament, but they've bailed out and Stubb. Made it easy for him. Well, Larry's chance has suddenly come and gone. And Slim's just got to watch the scratch here. That's the obvious thing that can happen. And he's getting into the cue ball to take that out of the equation. But he's given Larry a lifeline. And this is a bit straight. I think he can get over by the 9. He needs to spin it though. And now it needs to miss the 7. Oh dear. Well, if ever you're going to put yourself in an ugly position, Larry certainly found a way to do it. Now the pace looks good. That was well controlled. And perfect on the 9. Well, in fact, he doesn't need it because I've forgotten about the money ball again. That's twice so far tonight. And Larry's break has given him a ball. Well, what I should have done was that.
Where's the cue ball going?
But I didn't. Well, if it doesn't rain but it pours. So Slim has his chance to try and put this match out of Larry's reach, but Slim's gone short there. He's short by a foot at least on this 3 ball. Because the other problem now is how does he get good in the 5 to have any shot? It's blocked in both corner pockets. And that was well played. He's at least given himself a shot at the combo. Now, this 5 ball can end up coming out behind the 8 ball here. He's got to watch the pace here, because the way this is going, he has to hit it into the 6. The 5 could end up behind the 8. There's a strong possibility that that could happen. Well, it's came well out behind the 8, but it's not really given him a shot. I mean, he could try and cut it into the corner and try and get down here, but Larry would probably jump. Doesn't look as if he's playing it though. He's looking for the bank, I think. Perfect. And if the cue ball runs and misses a 7. And again, the angle is perfect, the 7. He's inside the 7, so the cue ball goes out into the table. And this is the one that's always a bit tricky, because it looks so easy to pot the 8 ball and get onto the 9. And he's checked out with right English to hold the line of the cue ball. And again, perfect. The checking of the cue ball when it hit that rail there stopped the cue ball taking a wide angle to come that way. When it hit the rail, it straightened up to come this way. Well, there's one thing's for certain, that Slim's going to have work to do to run this rack out. The 4 and 9 are locked up in the left rail. Now, I mean, this would be really ambitious for him to try and do anything off that 1 ball to break the 4 and the 9. But he's got, if he can get a good line on this 3 ball, and he's got every opportunity of doing that when he cuts this too, because he can bring the cue ball into the table. Now he might have to check the cue ball again to get it to hold a line. I don't know whether he can still hold a line. Let's have a look. He looks as if he's. Let's see if he does anything with the cue ball. I don't know. He's putting right in it to check it and again change the angle of the cue ball when it hits that top rail, but he's got too much into it. And of course, with ball in hand, there's not an awful lot Larry can do with the 2 of them locked up. Well, there's the worst shot of the night, and it's 2 delicate little shots that Larry's had a go at, and he's duffed the 2 of them. More evidence that the trackball mouse is no use for the little delicate shots. I keep telling you guys, sooner or later you'll listen to me. I don't know that Larry ever will. And this match is over. And it's a soft way to go out. Well, go to the one loss side, that is. But 2 poorly executed shots by Larry in the end have cost him dear. And Slim goes through 7 racks to 2. And I'll blow my nose. Right, so now, where have we got ourselves? Well, we've got that match just about to update. We've got Stefan playing Spectre Dawn. Stefan is 5 racks to 4 up. Let's go in and watch the rest of that one. 5 balls tied up with a 9. 4 ball and 8 ball are a dead set combo into the side. And Stefan is getting just a 5 ball, and he's managed to make a complete arse of that, I think. Yeah, well, that's just as bad as a Larry shot we've just seen. But Spectre Don's the one with the problem shot, and he's trying to get a hit.
Where's the cue ball going?
I got it right that time. Now Stefan, well, I think he's got to go for the bank. Got to have a go at it. I think he's pretty much lost the rack if he doesn't get it and if he leaves Spectre Don a shot. But if he gets it like that, he'll be on the hill. So Stefan breaking. And there's a lot of big guns on the one lost side. Is Spectre Don going to be another one? Well, straight away, Stefan's given him a chance. He's come up dry, Spectre Don, with a simple enough one ball. Everything in the open. And he should be back within one. Now, while he's doing the business here, let's have a quick look if my voice will hold out. I think the most important stuff's going to be happening over here for the next 40 minutes or so. We've got Larry and Stubb going at it. They're just about to start. And Tommy's waiting in the loser of this match, I think. I'm pretty certain that's the case. And that's not good. Because Spectre Don has duffed it up. Well, once again, Stefan, I don't know what he was trying there. And Tommy has gone through against Mr. Bill. Yeah, that's right. That result's already through, isn't it? Aye. Took a wee while to show up in the room, though. Now, Spectre Don will have the break to try and take this match all the way. Six ball goes in. Was that the cue ball? Yes, it was. So Stefan with ball in hand for a 1-9 combo. And again, he shouldn't be missing this. So the gift in the end was from Spectre Don. The scratch and the break. Ball in hand, 1-9 combo, and Stefan goes through. So this one loss side is where the real action's at. So we're going to go straight in with Stubb and Larry. Tommy's just about to play Spectre Don. Remember, these are only a race to 4. And Larry's getting a 7 ball. Oh dear. And the old 9ball.com voodoo effect has happened straight away, and Larry has blown the 6 ball. And I'm going to get the blame of that. And everybody saw that. The video evidence is there. I've joined the room, and Larry stuffed up the 6. It never fails. And that's a bad one for Larry to miss there. So Stubb gets the gift of a free go from Larry for first blood in this race to 4. Stubb looks dry. And Larry, I don't think, has really got a shot. He's got an ambitious 1-2 combo. And he's just trying to duck for cover. And that'll do it. So Stubb gets a jump. He gets a bad roll. Cue ball scratches. Ball in hand for Larry. And the 2 ball is a problem. Now, is he trying to get over on the short side of the 2? Looks like it. Oh, that knuckle has done him a favour, I think. But again, the stun with these corner pockets, again, just slightly offline. And with the pace, they never go in. And this might be right under the 3 ball. And, well, Stubb's going to try and thin this in. Cue ball going all over the place. But I don't think that's going to be thin to cut in. Nope. Well, the simple shot here is just to thin the 3 and use the 4 as a blocker. Like that. But Stubb now can head for the long grass and try and get in amongst these balls up the top of the table. He's got a good angle to do it. Well, Larry in turn may well... No, he's got the cover. It's a pretty good shot. Easy jump though, but Larry doesn't know where this is going to end up. Unless Stubb digs right into the cue ball, he's not going to avoid the 4. And he's trying just to get a good brush in the 4, and that's not bad. But now what does he do? He gets up here. Neither of these are good combos, and where's the... we won't know that until the cue ball finishes. He might be playing a billiard or try to play something like that. You never know with Stubb. Could be reverse banking it. I think that's what he's doing. Played it dead weight. Absolutely plumb. Nice shot. Oh, where's this cue ball going? Where's the cue ball going? Would you believe it? And that is bad. I mean, anywhere out in the open table there, he had a simple cut in the 8 ball. He's still got a strong chance this will go in though. I don't think he's hit it hard enough though, has he? Oh, just absolutely dead weight. And he should have the 9 ball, no problem. Get this every day of the week down the rail. For a 2-0 lead. Now, Tommy and Spectre Dawn are underway. Tommy 1-0 up. And Stubb getting balls in the break. He's got a little combo 1-2 up top. And he should be out and on the hill. I see they're bringing out Madden. They're bringing out Madden 23, and obviously John Madden would have been doing all his voice stuff for that game months and months ago, prior to his death. So they're still obviously using his name for the franchise, but I think that'll be the last one, I would imagine. Not that I've ever played any of those American football games. I haven't the foggiest idea what's going on. Well, Stubb in a really strong position now, and Larry is back to the wall. It's no miss, and take whatever chance you can get if he gets one. The Stubbs had a ball in the break. The 3 ball's gone. Got a shot in the 1. Drop behind the 2 down the rail. He's getting to that a wee bit too much. But all he needs to do is just roll through, and he'll be able to get the cut in the 4. And he may well be nudging into the 5, I think. Well, he's decided to come back. Now, is he going to punch this around? I don't know whether he can see enough of that to cut it. Can he? He might be just punching this around. Can he get it? I think he can. No, he can't. So he's locked Larry up completely here, because that cue ball is tight in the 5, so that narrows down the angles that are available to Larry. And he's got very little to work with here. This is a very slim chance of getting it a hit on this 4. But he's got it. He needs to get lucky though. And Stubb will be cutting this. And Stubb needs to get lucky as well, because there's no guarantee he's going to be able to see this 5 ball. It's all to do with the pace. And he's decided he's not risking it. And this is nowhere near difficult to hit the 4. It's all about where it finishes. Well, it cuts in the side, but Stubbs just running for cover. That 9, 7 and 8 are, well, a good line to get behind, but he hasn't. And Larry now has to do something similar. He might even cut this in behind the 5. Well, he hasn't hit it hard enough to do that. But he has got the cover behind the 6. He breathes a sigh of relief there. Yeah, Stubbs always been reluctant to use the jump stick. Well, you won't get a better chance in this, Larry, to get off the mat. But can he get anywhere near his 7 ball? Well, when you take it into the side, I don't know whether that cue ball's going to hit anything. Well, has he got there? He's trying to bend it around that 9. Now, is that legal? Just. Good evening to Semi-Pro. Everybody else has gone to bed or fallen asleep. I think you're the only one that's there. So, Larry's got himself off the mat. He's came up dry. Stubbs gone for a bank. 6 ball hanging over the corner pocket. Cue ball still spinning at 100 miles an hour. Look at those windows. And Larry taking the risk there to try and break the 5 free, and he's not really improved it a great deal. That's unlucky. He might. Well, I don't think it's worth his while trying anything now. He has to get down here to see the 3 ball. Now this would need to roll either stop there to leave him an angle, and he's got an angle, and he can certainly manoeuvre the cue ball in towards the 7 and 4, but he's trying to get the short side of it, and he's overhit it by a country mile. But he can still cut it. And he needs the 4 ball to stay there or thereabouts, and it has done. Where's the cue ball ending up though? Well, he's just on it. Now, can he get into this and come up the rail? I don't know whether he can. I don't think the angle's great for it. Yeah, I don't think it was really that great. Now, right English to try and just tweak this in, and that's perfect. But once again, he's forgotten about the 7. He's left himself ugly here in this ball. But this is his money ball. Overcut it. Needs a lucky roll here. Well, Stubb may well be having a slam at this. I don't think it goes past the 9. Not really enough room there, I don't think. Or is he trying to bank it? It's the bank. He slammed that in clean enough. And so Stubb goes through. And Larry never really got his foot in the door in this match. Comfortable win for Stubb in the end. 4 racks to 1. Right, so now things are moving on. We will jump straight in to what's left of the Spectre Don Tommy match. One Pocket Slim is playing Stefan at the moment. And Stefan, I think, is 4-1 up, but we're going to dive in and try and catch the end of this one. Excuse me. So Tommy at the table. Spectre Don on the hill. 3-1 up. And Tommy with a cut into the side. I don't know that he's going to play the bank. He's going to be ideally on the 5, no problem. If he just plays the cut. Now, I don't know whether he wants to check this with a bit of left English so that when it hits the rail it doesn't leak away, but he's letting it run, which he thinks is a safer option. Now, the angle, of course, means that he's going to have to go, well, either around the rail. I think he might be, let's see what he looks like here. Yeah, I think he can go forward and run. He might be in danger of running into the 9. What's he doing? Is he just drawing across and leaving a bedhead cut? Oh, he's trying to stun it, and that's perfect. And he's also gone inside the 7. And that leaves him choices as to what he wants to do. The line is not bad. He's just gone a tad further than he would like for comfort. But he should be back within 1. Oh dear. Well, you know what I say in getting a comfortable angle, and there was that little doubt. I would probably miss that as well. You know, if you don't have the table time often enough and long enough at 9 ball, those shots are not gimmies. They're not easy. Because the longer you play the game, and the often you play the game, these, you know, it's just a natural thing. Your eyes see the angle. There's no problem. You play the shot. Spectre Dawn gets often enough practice at 9 ball, and he wouldn't blink an eye at that shot. But for players like Tommy and others who don't regularly play 9 ball, it's a whole different ball game when it comes to a dicey little cut like that. And he paid the price, and it's Spectre Dawn that survives. 4 racks to 1. So now we have a match between Stubb and Spectre Dawn on that 1 loss side. If we look at the hot seat match, which this is, we'll just do a quick jump in here because we've got the match tied all square, 4 racks all. And not Spectre Dawn, Stefan is getting a 5 ball. Now, let me have a look at this too. Ideally, he wants to nudge the rail and kick the 8 if he can. Now, I see he's trying to be delicate. You've got to go through with the shot. You know, when you start mincing about, not playing something with confidence, you end up either not getting there or you end up hanging the ball that he's done with the 2. Well, Slim's got to be in the lead here. You still awake, Mark? I was thinking that there was a cribbage tournament on tonight when I saw you signing up. And I'm thinking you must be staying up late tonight, and then I didn't realise it was for tomorrow night. I see Nadal get a gift winning his match with was it Medvedev or whatever the hell his name is. Seemingly the guy had a bad fall, done himself in, and had to get huckled off the court. And it was quite a close match at the time. I think Nadal had won the first set in a tie break, and I think the second one was heading for a tie break. But his opponent done himself a an injury and had to get taken off, and that was it. So Slim back into the lead, 5 racks to 4. Well, what the hell went in there? We've lost the 1, we've lost the 3, we've lost the 7, we've lost the 8. And this rack is over. As long as you can see the 4. Well, he just needs to roll this in, do nothing fancy. Well, he can't do anything fancy, just roll it in. Now look at the line he's taking here. Yeah, that's fine. I never told you I got that. It's not a game, really. It's what the hell do you call it again? I got that Space Engine game the other day. What a thing that is! I mean, if you've got any sort of thin interest in astronomy like I have, it's amazing. It is amazing what you can do in it. And for anybody that doesn't know, it's you would really just describe it as a bit of software. You can you can get the pro version, which allows you to do all sorts of editing and stuff, but it's basically the whole known universe, and you have the ability to search out stars, galaxies, comets, whatever you want to call them. Whatever there is out there, you can track it down and go directly to it at whatever speed you want to go at. I mean, the first thing I did was search out the Andromeda Galaxy. It tells you that you're 2.5 million light years away from it, and then all you do is scroll your mouse just to speed up your time travel. And then when you get close to it, you slow down so that you can see the galaxy appearing. And you're getting into all sorts of clusters and amazing structures in space. It's fascinating. It'd bore you to death if you've got no interest in it, but if you have any slight interest in it, you name it, you can go and find it. In fact, it's probably much, much better as an educational tool for folk. So it is probably more than anything else. So we've got Slim on the hill, 6-5. Stefan at the table, getting the 5 ball. He's got a cut in the 3. And he hasn't found the line. And he hasn't got the cover. And that might be his last shot. The other game that I got the other week there was at Sniper Elite 5, which if you watch the video on my channel, I mean, it's not got any more bugs than any other game you'll have ever tried in the past. VP4 is an example. But the bug I found is one that's cropped up for quite a lot of people. And you basically, in single player mode, in the mission mode, which is the single player mode in the game, you can't advance any further than mission 4 if this bug appears. And according to the devs, they're obviously looking at the bugs. They've got a priority list, and it's one of them to try and get fixed, because you can't complete mission 4, and if you can't complete mission 4, you can't go on to mission 5, and they're supposed to be working on it, but they did say that it might take a bit longer because it's a bloody bank holiday weekend, and there's probably none of them working. So my playing of that game is stalled, and I've been playing online. I'm absolutely hopeless online. I mean, you go in whatever format of online multiplayer you play on it. You can play team versus team. You can play survival, where it's you and a team trying to survive against the AI Nazis, or Axis as I like to call them. So Slim goes through 7 racks to 5. Now we'll jump straight out of that. Straight into the match with Stub and Spectre Dawn on the one loss side. It's 1 rack all. It's a scratch match. And Spectre Dawn at the table. Now, he can come out. Is he trying to stun? I don't know whether he fancied letting it roll playing ball, but he's further away from the 4 than he would like. And again, with the line that the cue ball's taken off the 4, the 5 goes past the 9. You can just roll this in and come around the angles out behind the 8. That's reasonable enough. But any slight overcut in this, he might actually get help in with the 9 ball here if he does overcut it slightly. No, he's fine. Going to be really tough for Stub. So Spectre Dawn, 1 away with the break. Well, he's got a ball. 4 ball is gone. He's maybe going to bank this one in amongst those balls and duck down the table. I don't know. Let's have a look. Well, he's gone all out for the bank. And Stubb has been given a glimmer of hope here. If he can get to the 2 ball off this one. Well, that's a good shot getting there. Now he needs to just dink out between the 3 and the 8. He doesn't want to really run into the 3. He wants to come in the gap. And that's perfect. Well, let's join the dots now. This should be simple enough. Dead straight in the 8, so not doing an awful lot with the cue ball, I would imagine. He's going for the big draw now. Again, he's just get into that a wee bit more than he really needed to. I mean, he could have left it up there and opened the angle in the 9, but he's fine. So now he needs a ball and a shot. Well, he's got a ball. He's got more than one ball. And I don't think he's got a shot though. Oh, he's missed the 2. I don't think he's hit the 2. That's a disaster. Well, that's the biggest blunder of the night, if ever you're going to see one. Stubb trying to get the 2 ball thin, misses it completely. And it should be all over. I'll tell you what I'm even more surprised about. There wasn't any reaction from Stubb himself. I think he's shocked himself that he's missed it. He stunned himself into silence. Well, we've got one final BS from Stubb, but he really shot himself in the foot there. He's nobody to blame but himself. The biggest blunder of the night, missing the edge of the 2, and Spectre Dawn goes through 4 racks to 2. So, we now have Spectre Dawn and Stefan battling it out to see who gets to the final, because Slim's already sitting there waiting. And as soon as the room goes up, we'll get in. And they're in. And the lag for the break. Got Spectre Dawn at the bottom of the screen. Stefan at the top. And Spectre Dawn wins the lag. And Stefan is getting the 5 ball. But of course, only a race to 4. And that looks dry to me. Good evening to Rob. Well, Stubb made the big blunder of the night there. You missed it in that last match if you've just arrived. Tried to thin edge a 2 ball to play safe and come back across the table and never hit the 2. And that was sayonara for Stubb against Spectre Dawn there on the 1 loss side. Well, Stepan can't be missing opportunities like that. He's got to be putting them away. Now, what's the angle like? Slightly the wrong side, but he might well just play this 3 ball. He's coming back. He's happy to leave the cut. And cue ball 2 rails back into the table for the 4 shouldn't be a problem. Well, if you were here earlier, you would have saw Larry miss 2 delicate little shots that if he hadn't a track ball mouse, he would have been able to execute them with a good cheat mouse. That's video evidence that the delicate little shots with a track ball mouse are so difficult to execute that I still and forever will stand by my statement about throwing it into the nearest bin. Oh, that little nudge in the 9 just lands him perfectly on the 8. Looks dry again.
The trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
Well, Stefan's, if you're not going to keep things safe, you're just playing right into Spectre Dawn's hands. I mean, this is still a thin cut, but I think it goes into the side. Just need a lucky roll to have any sort of sight to do it. And, well, he's got an opportunity to have a go and put Stefan in trouble here. But he doesn't want to pot the 2 and end up down in this bottom corner hooking himself in the 3. That would be a big blunder. Well, you see, he's gone all out there to now. Is that a combo? Is it dead set? If I can get my right button for the camera, that is. Hang on a minute. Let's have a look at this 7-9. No, it's not set. Well, what I said earlier there was in terms of Spectre Dawn doing what's just happened because Stefan's trying to get a breakout and he's finished in the spot that was talked about, right behind the 7 and the 9. Well, he's got to miss the 4 by a hair's breadth, and he hasn't missed the 6. Now, what does Spectre Dawn do here? Is that... Oh, he can get enough of it for the ball in hand combo for 2-0. Well, Spectre Dawn already looking like odds-on favourite to be playing slim in tonight's final. And he's had the 3 ball and the 5 on the break, a shot in the 1. Now, can he avoid that 8 ball? And he wasn't interested. looking for the cover, hasn't quite got it. Now, well, the 9's not a set combo. Stepan's going to try and cut across the 1 to try and create the shot. He's tried his best. It was always going to be difficult. But he had the right idea. You away, Mark. Take care. Good night. We'll see you later. So the 4 ball comfortably goes past the 9. And of course, the other thing is that Stefan's money ball has gone. So he's got to get these done and get them all out to survive. And he's going to be the wrong side of the 7, is he? No, he might be able to get away with that. I think he can maybe pinch it in the left side of the pocket. Just pinch it slightly in the left to get the cue ball that way. Well, he's hit it right in the centre, you see. He could have pinched that slightly, but I think he'll still settle for that, but he could have got better on it. So Stefan into the game. Needs to follow it up though. I don't think he has. Nothing's gone. And what's worse is the 1 sitting plumb in the middle of the table, cue ball on it, and the 2 ball is awkward. He could come straight back for the 2 into the same pocket, I think. No, he can't because he's got the wrong angle on the 1. So now he's trying to find a path to get someone around and down onto this 2. And he's going up table with a cut. Took the more difficult option to try and stay in the 2 into the side pocket. And Stefan's just got as much trouble because he's got to come back off this 1 ball. He's dead straight and trying to get below the 2 to at least have some sort of shot option. Well, he's got below the 2, and that little kiss and kick onto the 3 hasn't done him any harm. He'll take that every day of the week. Oh, he sort of went half-hearted at that. You see, again, when you're going to play a shot, if you've made up your mind you're playing a shot, you have to commit yourself to the shot, and that was a sort of half-hearted choke at that 2 ball. It wasn't played with any confidence whatsoever. He was more thinking about holding the cue ball, and he had loads of room to get a sight in the 3 ball. You've got to play it, and the worst of all, execute it. And if you don't go through with the shot, you end up with one of those kind of half-hearted chicken attempts. And a choker shot. And can count himself lucky that he didn't sail out because of it. And now, well, he only has to be able to see the 3 ball for a 3-9 combo here. And suddenly we're going to be all square. I mean, you would never see a professional in real life pool doing any sort of... You shouldn't expect to see a professional do that. You know, once a professional's committed to a shot, you know, 999.999 times out of 1,000 are going to execute it. They're going to go right through with the shot. Well, Stefan has blown a gasket there. gone off the table, playing the jump. Spectre Dawn with ball in hand. Well, he's got to again nurse this 3 down the rail or punch it to get it out. So he's just trying to hold a line to give him a cut. And you would think try and come down the left side this time off the 4. The pace looks good. And this rack is over. So Slim's had a nice little coffee break or maybe something stronger, whatever he wants. But as it looks now, he might not be that long to wait. Spectre Dawn will be 1 away with the break. A bunch of balls has gone in, but unfortunately, one of them was a cue ball. The 9 ball was another one that's been respotted. Stefan's got ball in hand for a 1-5 combo. What the hell is he doing? Well, I'll say this right now. If you don't get to this 5 ball, Stefan, you're going to look ever such a numpty. Because you had a ball in hand combo in the 5 into the side. And you've got to get on this 5. And he has done. We would have looked such an idiot there if he hadn't got there. But we have a tied ball game and a final rack decider to see who plays Slim. What was that? What is that? Too long, Larry? Or is it not long enough? What's wrong about it? Well, Spectre Dawn went all in there for the bank in the 1. And Stefan, well, this is your chance. And immediately he's overhit it. He's gone to no man's land. He's still got the cut in the 2. And he should be on the 4. He's just got to concentrate in the pot. And he hasn't got there. Has he got second prize though? Well, I don't think so, because I think Spectre Dawn can chip the rail and chip the 2 in, no problem. And where's the cue ball running? Well, the bank looks pretty good. The little cut on the 4 looks tight. Now, what's he decide? He's trying to make his mind up what he's going to do here. I mean, if he plays the bank, he's got to run the cue ball, I would think. Nope, he's not interested. He's getting a wee bit nervy there. He doesn't want to sell out. So you seem to think that the matches are going to be 5 hours. That's never going to happen. Well, that's one way of doing it. You think about it, Larry. You break off in cribbage, you get a couple of balls down, so you've got a couple of opportunities straight away of getting a cribbage. You've also got a chance of getting a cribbage straight off the break. There's a lot of racks will go pretty quickly. Well, Stefan has done the business, and he goes through to tonight's final, where he's going to be getting a generous enough handicap against Slim. So the final tonight, race to 9, and it's going to be a one pocket Slim against Stefan. Where the hell's Stefan from again? I've totally forgotten. Germany. So it's a US-Germany final for this week's Friday Night 9 Ball. And whatever handicap it is still a dangerous one for one pocket Slim to handle. Well, they may well be. Well, they've already lagged off, and Slim has won the lag. And Stefan's still getting that 5 ball. I think you'll be surprised, Larry. I think matches. Well, early in the tournament, you might have a point. You know, you'll have guys who won't really have a clue what they're doing. But once they thin out, the tournament matches will run fairly swiftly. Yeah, but it was Steve's idea to have longer matches. And you know me, I'm always pro longer matches, because it gives a chance for a match to ebb and flow. And it also tests your stamina, concentration, all the factors that come into play. And straight away, Slim is going to get first blood here. So, is it a straight draw, or is he going to run it a couple of rails? Looks the simplest way is just to run a couple of rails and get up into the middle of the table. Yeah, well, look at Blackball. I mean, look at the Blackball tournament. I'm sure there's plenty of racks in that tournament that went 20 minutes. And the tournament still went fine. But then, as you saw, as the tournament thinned out, and you got the quality players still in it, these guys were breaking and running. And there's no difference in doing that in cribbage. So Stefan now has the immediate opportunity to respond. And no reason why he shouldn't. He just needs the 3, the 4 and the 5. And again, taking his eye off the first priority, which is the pot. The cue ball was always going to take the right line up the table. And that's a fail for Stefan. Can't afford those. That's a nice pace in the cue ball. Now he can drop it in dead weight, or if he wants, he can run the cue ball. He can do whatever he wants. But why do that when you can keep it simple? Now, what's the line he's got in this 6? I think he's fine. Straight through. Well, Stefan, the one thing you've got to make sure you don't do is make unforced errors. And he's already made enough of them that's going to cost him 2 racks. Well, there's every possibility that this could be one of the quickest Friday night 9-ball tournaments. I mean, we're 2 hours and 40 minutes into it, and we're already 2 racks down in the final. And Slim's break-off has given him the 1 ball in the break, thin cut in the 2, probably up the table far enough to see if he can drop the 3 into the side, which looks a reasonable assumption. And again, with this shot, he's got to maybe punch this in a wee bit to get the cue ball out. Well, he's not really got there, but he's got a cut. He could have hit that a wee bit firmer, but maybe didn't want to risk it. Oh, I forgot about the 4. That's the problem. Forgot about the 4 ball. It's hiding in the pocket there. It's that far in the pocket, I forgot about it. Well, it's a blind pocket cut. Let's have a look at the line off the 5 ball. He's fine. He'll be running over towards the 7. Over that direction. If he just rolls it in, well, he's trying to stun it. And he's got there. Could have just run it. Plain ball. Well, again, this is going to have to be hit with a wee bit of juice on the cue ball to get it out. And the spin does the trick. The line is perfect. And it's 3-0. Well, I would think now, with it being 3-0 to Slim, that Stefan will have his eyes opened and he should be fully focused when he gets his next opportunity. He's got one now. It's not easy, but it is an opportunity. Now he needs a roll. I don't think that's it though, because this one, there's enough of the one showing for that to go into the side. And the cue ball will be tracking up that direction. Needs to track up far enough though. And now it's going to catch the knuckle. And now Stefan has another opportunity. Well, again, he's not hitting him with any conviction. You know, the cue ball's nowhere on this 2 ball. Okay, he can pot it, but it could have been a lot easier than this. But he's leaving himself far too much work to do. And Slim's just picking up the pieces here. And that 7 ball goes past the 9, no problem. This, well, no sooner have I said that than Slim's dogged the 2 ball. This tournament tomorrow night, Larry, what's it set to? This cribbage tournament is at 5. Have a look. Look at this thing. Where the hell is it? Double elimination, race to 4, and the loser's side to 2, the final to 5. And it's on the 10-footer. Who set this up? Who set it in the 10-footer? Well, I don't believe Steve would have set this, because I don't even think Steve knows that this is the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. Many's in it. Still the 4. Anyway, Stefan is off the mark. But Stefan has come up dry. Yeah, I thought it'd be Simon that must have set it. Mind you, I thought Simon was just a moderator. I think you've got to be a tournament director. I mean, it could have been Redback, because Australia's part of the Commonwealth. He might have set it. I don't know whether Simon's still able to set tournaments. Did they say that he set it? Aye. Anyway, we'll see how quick those matches go tomorrow night. I mean, a cribbage rack can be over in, less than 5 minutes, or it could go 10-15 minutes. But that, to me, it's down to the quality of player, and if they know what they're doing. And if you get 2 numpties stuck together trying to play cribbage, then you could be there for a while. That's a given. But that's Friday night nine balls the same. You can get matches, first round matches on Friday night nine ball lasting the best part of an hour, because guys can't pop balls. Well, Slim is going to stifle any chances of Stefan getting a quick comeback here. He's going to open that gap to 3 again. Oh, he is a tournament director. I didn't think he was. Oh no, I've realised that he'll have. I've realised now that he'll have the 2 separate profiles for that. He'll either come in as normally himself, or a moderator, or come in as a tournament director. That's what it is, because he doesn't show up as tournament director and moderator. He's got the 2 separate profiles for that. And a quick 3-9 combo for Slim. And suddenly it's 5-1. Well, once again, this is a dry break, I think. And something's still spinning. The 4 ball is still spinning. And Stefan's not really get much of a shot. He's got to run for cover here. but he wanted to get down. He wanted to get down into this gap. He's not really looked for a good line there, I don't think. You didn't want to be running into them because you're simply going to stop the cue ball and give give Slim a shot here. 2 ball over the side pocket. Possibly a 3-8 combo. It's a bit tight looking. Let's have a quick look at that. Well, I mean, if Slim's got any sort of line, and he has got it, he can just drop this cue ball straight through, I think, and get as straight as he can. You know, he's a wee bit short, but he's still strong favourite to make this.
Trouble with
Where's the cue ball going?
put 'em up, put 'em up.
And I've also got my mic muted. What I was saying there is apologies for the break in broadcast there. I hit the replay button and everything locked up. And Slim has given Stefan a lifeline. He's missed the cut in the 5. And Stefan with an easy straight in 5 to get a second rack in the board. I think everybody's probably gone to bed. Well, Slim misses a 1, gets lucky, gets it all safe, and what's more, Stefan's Chinese snookered over the 2 ball. Well, Stefan's saying that he's feeling the pinch. Yeah, we're now 3 hours into the tournament. Is there anybody still out there watching this? Or did everybody just pull the plugs, seeing as they thought I pulled the plug? I don't blame you if you are. So Stefan, I presume, deliberately playing the deliberate foul, trying to lock the 1 and the 6 up. Larry was there a little while ago before I inadvertently pulled the plug, so to speak. He was in a good rant about the cribbage World Championship match lengths, but he's probably bailed out. And Slim's going to have to bail out here with a jump stick. Oh, he gets the lucky double kiss. Leaves the 3 stone dead safe, unless Stefan fancies risking a bank. No, looking for distance. But that's left the cut, the bedhead cut for Slim, and if he can track down the table here and miss all the traffic, he'll have a 4-7 combo.
Where's the cue ball going?
I got it right. That's the first time I've got it right. Oh, Stefan's now got ball in hand. Is he paying attention here? Yes, he is. Because it was travelling TT in his match earlier tonight where he wasn't paying attention. He ended up having ball in hand and ended up playing a jump shot because he wasn't aware he had ball in hand. So if you're looking away from the screen or you're distracted, whenever you come back to the screen, the first thing you must do is look at the HUD to make sure you know exactly where you are and what's happening. So Stefan, with the help of One Pocket Slim's scratch, gets back to within 5. It's a long haul back, but he started with a ball in the break. He can't see the one, so he's out of the jump stick. Well, this cue ball's running nice. Now he needs a favourable connection with this 8 ball here because he can't avoid it. He needs a good roll off the 8. I don't know whether this is it though. He's going to have to bail out again. And the 4 ball doesn't go down the rail past the 5, but that's where the cue ball might be heading, over to the left hand side. And he's made a complete hash of that. I think Stefan's given up. I think he's had enough for tonight. And so Slim now has ball in hand to seal the deal. And this should be over. And it will be one of the fastest Friday nights, certainly with a full field, 16 players. It will be the fastest tournament for a long, long while. Just over the 3-hour mark. And we're pretty much done and dusted. Well, this is another one of these ones. Anywhere down and above this 9 ball, you're bound to have a shot. And so, one pocket Slim with a fairly straight in 9 ball is this week's winner of Friday night 9 ball. By 9 racks to 3. Still a good enough run for Stefan, but I think he was in his last legs there. Those unforced errors were always costing him. So, well done to Slim. Unlucky to Stefan. Well, again with another break in the stream. I might revert back to XSplit Gamecaster. I think it's more reliable. I think XSplit Broadcaster has got 1 or 2 little bugs in it that can cause a lock-up. Certainly with the replay it has done. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Well done to Slim. Thanks for any of you who are still watching. I think you're the only one, Slim. But I am out for tonight. So with that, if I can find the right button, take care and good night, folks. And we'll see you again soon.
Good night, ladies.
don't make mistakes here. We just have happy accidents.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool, nothing else. No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool, nothing else.